Now 3:01, we would like to call today's meeting of the Greater Dayton RTA to order. For all that are able, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. If I can get out of my chair.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Stanforth, may we have the roll call, please?
Yes, sir. Mr. Lumpkin?
Here.
Ms. White?
Present.
Mr. Cooper?
Here.
Mr. Fulenkamp?
Here.
Ms. Matthews Benson?
Here.
Ms. Miller?
Present.
Mr. Mullin? Mr. Webster?
Here.
Mr. Williamson?
Here.
Thank you. We have 8 of 9.
Do have a quorum, can conduct regular business. We now move on to the approval of consent agenda. Bylaws require that the Board of Trustees approval of today's board meeting agenda. It was mailed to everyone in advance of the meeting. Are there any changes or amendments to the agenda? Hearing none, I would declare approval of the consent agenda. Now move on to May 6 approval of the board meeting minutes. Is there a request by any of the board members for a reading of the minutes? Are there any corrections or adjustments to the minutes? Hearing none, I would declare the meeting minutes approved as submitted. We now move on to committee reports. Finance and Personnel Committee, Ms. Matthews Stinson.
Thank you very much. The Finance, Personnel, and Planning Committees held a meeting on May 20th, and as a result, the Finance Personnel Committee is recommending 2 action items for the board's consideration. Action item number 2, local law enforcement agencies authorization. The Greater Dayton RTA recognizes the importance of maintaining a safe and secure environment on our buses and at our facilities for our customers and team members. This is best accomplished by using a combination of up-to-date technology and well-trained internal and external personnel. Over the years, RTA has worked with local law enforcement agencies on an as-needed basis to help accomplish our security goals and desires to continue to do so. Mr. Rosinski presented this action item at our meeting, and the supporting information is included in today's board package. Bob is available to answer any questions the board may have at this time. Hearing no questions, based upon the recommendation of the Finance Personnel Committee, I move that the Board of Trustees approve a not to exceed $750,000 for contract services with local law enforcement agencies, including the City of Dayton, as needed through December 31st, 2026.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that action item number 2, local law enforcement agencies authorization, be approved. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries.
Thank you very much. Action item number 3, third-party claims management. Greater Dayton RTA is seeking a third-party administrator with an on-staff attorney to assist in the proactive management of workers' compensation self-insured claims. The successful administrator will manage all claim services required. Examples include assistance in determining compensability, coordinating independent medical examinations, legal representation at administrative hearings, and assistance with actuarial services. Ms. Stanforth presented this action item at our meeting, and the supporting information is included in today's board package. Staff is available to answer any questions the board may have at this time. Based upon the recommendation of the Finance Personnel Committee, I move that the Board of Trustees approve a 3-year third-party claims management contract award to Hunter Consulting Company with an additional 2 one-year options. Years 1, 2, and 3 or $50,400 each, for a total of $151,200. Option years 1 and 2 are $52,800 each, equaling $105,600. The total contract amount is $256,800.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second that action item number 3, third-party claims management, be approved. Any questions on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries.
Thank you very much. Just one other item to mention. The March 2025 financial report, as well as small purchases information, has been included in today's board package. This concludes my report.
Thank you, ma'am. We now move on to planning committee action. Mr. Wexler.
Thank you. The Finance, Personnel, and Planning Committees met for a jointly held meeting on May 20th, 2025, and the Planning Committee is recommending one action item for the board's consideration. Action item number 4, passenger counting software, or APC. Mr. Owens explained that the purpose of this procurement is to contract with Hop-Through Inc. for the implementation and use of its APC software, Hop-Through Cleanse, and extend the active contract for its Hop-Through Analyze solution. RTA will use Hop-Through software solutions to collect and validate automatic passenger counters, APC, data. RTA's current APC software solution through Clever Devices is being phased out this year, forcing the agency to move to a new solution. RTA currently uses Hop-Through's Analyze software, which serves as an add-on to the APC software, helping parse the data that is collected. The introduction of Hop-Through Cleanse represents a significant step forward in data-driven decision-making at RTA and aligns with the agency's goals. Sole source justification for this unique APC software is because of feedback from other agencies in regard to the software that this Cleanse solution will meet all RTA's expected needs and allow RTA to drill down on data in a way that is not currently possible, such as looking at ridership at the stop level for specific service hours. A cost analysis was performed by comparing pricing from Hop-Through with a proposal Clever provided, which is a replacement product that no agency is actively using. Staff is prepared to answer any questions that the board might have at this time. Hearing none, and based upon the recommendation of the Planning Committee, I move to recommend a 3-year award to Hop-Through Inc. for the use of the Hop-Through Cleanse and Analyze software. The cost of the recommended award include 1-year costs of $59,184, 2-year costs of $154,224, and year 3 costs of $149,959, plus a 10% contingency of $36,337, for a total not to exceed $399,704.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second that action item number 4, passenger accounting software, be approved. Any questions on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries.
Thank you. At the meeting, Mr. Palachicchio also provided a summary document of recent activities going on in the Customer and Business Development Department, and that concludes my update. I'm available if there are any additional questions.
Thank you, Mr. Wexler. Real quick before we move on to the Chief Executive Officer's report, I do like to remind the public that all these action items are combed through with a fine-tooth comb at our committee meetings. This is not just something we're presented with today. This is something that we spend ample time on, because I was presented with, you guys just rubber stamp everything. And I was like, no, we don't. So just to state for the public that we do discuss these things very thoroughly in our committee meetings. Moving right along, the Chief Executive Officer's report, Mr. Rosinski.
Yep, I have a couple things. I wanted to start out with a big thank you to Brandon Palachicchio and the entire RTA team for an absolutely outstanding job with everything involved with NATO. I just could not have been prouder, and Brandon pretty much led the charge. hats off to all. And second, Brandon's got a video he'd like to show.
Ooh, show and tell.
Yeah, we're expanding our repertoire here.
This month, RTA rolled out a newly designed bus to honor veterans.
And from start to finish, this project was a family affair. Let's hop on board and our latest Veterans Voices.
The military has always meant a lot to me, and I've always had a lot of respect for the military and veterans even before I served. And this bus is literally an answer to prayer.
GDRTA has been the maintenance supervisor at RTA for more than 20 years and recently was invited to a roundtable meeting with RTA's CEO to come up with ideas for a new bus.
I'm not good at coming up with great ideas, and I literally pray, Lord, please give me an idea. And that's when the idea of this bus came to me, and so when I presented it to Bob in the roundtable meeting, he loved it.
From there, RTA's Carmen Gaines was tasked with designing it, and her inspiration was personal.
Well, my son was in the Navy, and I thought that I would dedicate it to him, my grandfather, and other veterans that have fought for us.
And for Gary, it was also all about family.
I'm a third-generation Army veteran. My son is a fourth-generation Army veteran. I've got a son-in-law who's an Army veteran, and my oldest grandson recently enlisted in the Navy. He will be fifth-generation military.
And when the bus finally rolled out, it was everything they had hoped for.
Already started receiving emails from the general public, people who saw the bus and really appreciated it.
What did that mean to you the first time you saw it?
It was amazing. I showed it to my son. He was so happy. He thought it was really good, but could be because his mom did it, you know.
I think it's just as good. RTA debuted the bus earlier this month, and they plan to keep it on the streets for the foreseeable future.
So Jack Pohl from 2 News reached out to us wanting to do the story after he saw the bus on the street. And the story ran like 8 or 9 times over the weekend. It was a pretty long story, and to get the coverage it got was great. And I couldn't be prouder to ask Gary and Carmen to stand up, and we will honor you.
Very
Gary is actually retiring from RTA at the end of the month, I believe, after a long and dedicated career. And Carmen, well, she'll just be here forever, so. Because she loves it so much. But I was just really proud of the whole idea, the collaborative effort between those two and others that made this happen, and how well the bus was received. So that concludes my report.
That was a great report, Bob.
Well, thank you, Mr. Rosinski, and thank you both for your contribution to our community and tribute to our veterans. We can't accept your resignation or retiring, though. You got to stay on till Christmas. Moving right along, do we have any old business? I don't believe that we do.
We do not.
We do have a new business item, a resolution. New business item number 1, resolution number 2025-6-1, Air City Parking Garage Project. And Mr. Rosinski, would you like to present it?
Right. This resolution is just formalizing the action item from last month's board meeting, action item number 2, about the purchase of the Air City Parking Garage in the partnership with Model. We learned we may need this document at one of the upcoming closings, so we thought we would take care of it just in case while we were meeting today.
All right, are there any, well, I guess we have to, I would need a motion for me to.
Need a motion second, but are we ready for executive session for anything yet?
No, that was
That's coming up.
Okay.
It doesn't impact this resolution.
So I'll go ahead and move that we approve new business item number 1, resolution number 2025-6-1, Air City Parking Garage Project. It's been properly moved and second. Are there any questions on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. We now move on to public comment. I didn't see any requests for public comment. Were there any requests for public comment?
No, sir.
All right, we'll move right along to board member comments. And we will start down with Ms. Miller.
I had the, I guess the privilege of riding some of the RTA buses during the NATO convening, and I really have to give, tip my hat off to not just the bus drivers, because they had some zigs and zags they had to get through inside the NATO village, but to get us to the destination, but also the RTA staff in general. It was a great demonstration of our customer service value. So hats off to everyone who was involved in making sure that that was a success. Thank you.
No comments.
I'll just echo what you.
No comments.
I know that Belinda was there, but I don't know if any other board members, but Belinda and I had the pleasure of attending the Dayton Business Journal breakfast today entitled Future of Downtown. And Shelley Dixteen, city manager, was on the panel along with Katie Meyer from the Downtown Dayton Partnership and the new CEO of Dayton Live. And joining the panelists was Bob Rosinski from the RTA. And so there were many staff members there. And as a marketing person, the bells and whistles about the RTA is great, but I was super proud and impressed by how you managed to tell the entire audience the total impact of RTA and the amount of financial and economic support that we've given projects like Riverscape and Schuster Center and so many others, because I think sometimes people just think of us as buses, when in fact we are really an impactful economic driver for the region. So I just want to congratulate Bob on a job well done, and it was very good morning. And I want to congratulate Gary, because not only thank you for your service, but thank you for the over 20 years of service you've given to RTA. And if you're going to go out with a bang, you did it with the Veterans Bus. So thank you for your service.
No comment.
I want to reiterate, thank you so much, Gary and Karin. Thank you guys for the work that you've done. In regard to NATO, I serve two historic churches. One of them's in Huffman neighborhood, and we had 2 Sundays ago, 12 guests walk in a little past service time, and I got nervous, Sharon. I was like, oh, people in suits. I thought I had maybe done something wrong. I thought that maybe I was headed for, but they were 12 Bosnian delegates from NATO. And so we were talking to them after the service and said, well, how did you get to the Huffman neighborhood? They said, oh, the RTA bus took us here. And so they were walking one of our historic neighborhoods thanks to the work that you all, the consistency. So I just wanted to thank RTA. Thank you for the work that you did during NATO, that we could really shine as a city as much as possible. So just wanted to say thank you to the team and to the staff for the work that you all do and supporting it.
I just want to reiterate what everybody said about the excellent job that the RTA did during the NATO conference. I mean, it put our city in a different light to where we can actually serve as hosts to some of these things that are, some would say are just too big for our area, but it is just not true. And it just is it's just a model of how we are a community partner as the RTA. And it's because of all of our staff and everyone, and you should all be applauded for that. Thank you, Gary, for your service to this country and also to this organization. Just a feel-good meeting up here today. So I will say that. So congratulations to everyone for pulling that off, because there was a lot of nerves going around as that event approached, and it went off without a hitch on our end here from the RTA. So thank you very much. That being said, is there a request for executive session?
Sir, we have 2 issues to discuss in executive session, which will involve different people depending on the issue, and I'll let Chris frame it for us.
Thank you. To discuss the terms and conditions of the purchase of property for public purposes. And the second is to consider the compensation of the public official. I will not be participating in the first executive session, but when that's done, I'll come in for the second. And there will be public business that takes place more likely than not after the end of the executive session.
Okay, so we have heard the request to enter into executive session. Do we have to,
Do you motion?
we do, is there a motion to go into executive session?
Second.
It's been properly moved and second that we enter into executive session for the two previous stated reasons. Ms. Stanford, could you call the roll, please?
Yes, sir. Mr. Lumpkin,
Yes.
Ms. White,
Yes.
Mr. Dupler,
Yes.
Mr. Fulenkamp,
Yes.
Ms. Matthews Stinson,
Yes.
Ms. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Wickerson,
Yes.
Mr. Williamson.
Yes.
All right, we are now entering into executive session. We will have a matter of business to attend to when we reconvene out of executive session. All right, we need the motion first, correct? If I could have a motion for us to reconvene out of executive session.
So move.
Second.
And probably move second that we reconvene into regular session out of executive session. Ms. Stanforth, could you call the roll, please?
Yes, sir. Mr. Lumpkin,
Yes.
Ms. White,
Yes.
Mr. Dupler,
Yes.
Mr. Fulenkamp,
Yes.
Ms. Matthews Stinson,
Yes.
Ms. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Wickerson,
Yes.
Mr. Williamson.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, this time we're going to discuss the compensation of a public employee. It is all of our favorite public employee. Well, no, I'm serious. It's Bob. It's not Bob Rosinski.
So I'm not your favorite, that's fine. Reflect that, John, thank you.
I got to pick with Bob or he's going to ask me if I'm sick or something. What I'm sharing with you is a compilation of what the board has deliberated over the past several weeks. We have evaluated the last year that has been under Bob Rosinski. We have decided as a board, due to the following reasons. One, we are the model public transportation authority in the state of Ohio, if not in the United States. Now, we are a community partner that is unrivaled by any other under Bob's leadership. Two, when it comes to federal funding, there is no one who finds federal funding better than what Bob does. I even made the remark that I'm going to take him with me to my grandfather's old house to see if he can find some money in there, because he finds it everywhere. So we are lucky to have that here at the RTA. As far as fiscal responsibility, we are one of the most fiscally responsible agencies, definitely in the state and probably across this country. We have meticulous audits. We don't have any financial difficulties or anything of that nature here. As pointed out this morning, we are a tremendous contributor to the economics of the greater Dayton region. As an RTA under Bob, he has kept that going. And finally, we tasked Bob with something to get out into the community more. And he has taken that up and he has really run with that. He has been more visible in the community. He has also empowered some staff to go out and represent the RTA in some meetings, which they have done admirably and have represented this organization very well, so that we are not seen as we're hiding here in the RTA, but we're actually members of this community, and we're going to hear the concerns and things that the community has. That being said, we have rated Bob with an exceeds expectations. he will receive 3.5% cost of living increase. That is the same as what was negotiated with through collective bargaining for him, for the staff. So he will get the same. And then there will be a one-time discretionary recognition of exceeding expectations in the amount of $10,000 for Bob. So Bob, congratulations. We appreciate what you're doing. This is not a free pass to just slack off, but job well done. Exactly. But no, seriously, if you would like to make some comments.
I just want to say that, I could have retired 4 years ago when Mark retired. I had my time in with PERS, and that was my plan, but, COVID changed a lot of plans. And I have not regretted that decision once. I love coming to work every day. Is every day perfect? No, of course, but I really like what I do. I like the challenges, and most of all, I respect the autonomy that you give me to run the agency. I try to keep you informed when I think I need to. But a lot of agencies are micromanaged by their boards, and I think that causes a lot of issues. We don't have that here, and I really appreciate that. And we have a great team here, great team, so.
Well, thank you, Bob. And, when Mark retired, hindsight is always 20/20. Best decision we ever made, bringing that guy out here. But we do appreciate you staying on. You have really done a good job. I joke and play around with you a lot, but you're a gift to this community, man. And you've done a really good job, and we appreciate it.
Thank you.
With that being said, it's time to adjourn. So at this point in time, if I could have a motion
So
to
moved.
adjourn.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we adjourn this meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? We are adjourned.